Jack Smith's team is so frustrated, they were screaming in front of Aileen Cannon, and she had to tell them to take a break, calm down, take a chill, brother. They're clearly frustrated with her being a fair-minded judge. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. We have a number of clips. Here's a intro clip from the great Julie Kelly on the Steve Bannon Show.
But these were related to two motions from his co-defendant, Waltine Nada, his valet at the White House, who then went to work for him at Mar-a-Lago, who was also charged in this case. The special counsel team's frustration with Judge Cannon is really boiling over.
I found this article from Newsweek that covers the whole story, and it really gives you a lot of color about what it's like inside of that courtroom. So this is after Aileen Cannon said that she would indefinitely pause this case. They came back and had another hearing, and sparks flew. Let's read the article here at Newsweek. Aileen Cannon's Trump hearing suddenly erupts into shouting. I like it. People with passion. Shouting ensued during a Wednesday hearing before U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon in the classified documents case against former President Donald Trump. According to reports from inside the courtroom in Southern Florida, the disorder took place during a hearing for one of Trump's two co-defendants. This is Walt Nauta, who argued before the court that the Department of Justice, the DOJ, had vindictively charged him and that the indictment should be dismissed. And that's when they said it was a garbage dismissal plea. The former president is facing 40 felony counts, accused by federal prosecutors of mishandling and withholding classified documents that he took from the White House upon leaving office. Nauta, Trump's longtime aide, is accused of moving the boxes of sensitive materials to prevent federal agents from retrieving them. That's the he said, she said part of this whole thing. During Wednesday's hearing, Nauta's attorney, Stanley Woodward, got into a heated exchange with the prosecutors, that's Jack Smith's prosecutors, over a meeting that took place in August of 2022. Woodward alleged that he was pressured in the meeting by a member of special counsel Jack Smith's team. You better encourage Nauta to cooperate with the Department of Justice investigation. According to Woodward's account, Smith's prosecutor, Jay Bratt, insinuated that Woodward's appointment to the D.C. Superior Court could be negatively affected if Nauta did not cooperate. That's pay to play. That is, if true, right? It's terrible. And I do not believe Jack Smith's people. I believe they're all corrupt, and I believe they're all liars. I don't see why Woodward would make this up, or Nauta would make this up. I see why Jack Smith would make this up.
And you had prosecutor David Harbach. There's two prosecutors, Harbach and Jay Bratt. And Harbach is usually the smoother, calmer one of the two. Jay Bratt's just a little petulant man. And David Harbach just really lost his cool repeatedly today, pounding on the podium.
The allegation was met with an adamant rejection from prosecutor David Harbach, who, according to CNN's report, rose from the prosecution side and called Woodward's story a garbage argument. Quote, Mr. Woodward's story of what happened at that meeting is a fantasy, unquote. Harbach reportedly shouted while banging his hand on the table in front of him, quote, it did not happen, he screamed. Thou protesteth too much. He lost his cool, and that ought to tell you everything you need to know. Boy, they struck a nerve. You get over the target, and boy, do things heat up.
Like clapping his hands in anger, not in a happy way, in anger, as he was trying to emphasize certain arguments, called one of the defense motions garbage, said that it was not fair that they were having to sit and listen to this defense motion.
While Harbach continued to rebuke Woodward's claims, Cannon, this is Judge Aileen Cannon, comes out and pushed back on why the Department of Justice had not gathered any evidence regarding the 2022 conversation. The judge told Harbach to, quote, just calm down. That's something you never want a judge to have to tell you. This guy's supposed to be cool as a cucumber, and Aileen Cannon's like, calm down. This isn't the Jerry Springer show. Don't turn my courtroom into a heated argument. A spokesperson from the special counsel's office declined comment on Harbach's exclamation or on the hearing, probably because he was going to start screaming and blow a vein, like the movie Scanners. Just his whole head would blow up if he responded. So he just goes like, no comment.
At one point, Judge Cannon looked at David Harbach and said, I need to ask you to calm down, because he was just completely losing it. And I think this is just a manifestation of her unsealing and unredacting all of this evidence. Steve, they never thought that the American people would see the details about the Mar-a-Lago raid from August 2022.
Wednesday marked the first time that Judge Cannon, a Trump appointee, had held a hearing since indefinitely suspending the start of the trial, while other legal disputes related to the classified documents case are settled, like why Jack Smith redacted all the good stuff to cover up his agenda to work with the White House. The judge has faced criticism for a number of actions she has taken in legal proceedings that some experts say show favored toward Trump. Other experts say that those experts are sold out to the Biden administration and are Marxists.
Comic bastards.
Cannon also pressed against Woodward's claims during Wednesday's hearing, asking the attorney to present evidence of the Department of Justice's alleged unfair treatment toward Nauta in the August 2022 meeting. The judge did not assure a ruling from the bench on whether the charges against Nauta should be thrown out or not, according to reports. Now, charges against Trump were delivered in June of 2023, roughly 10 months after the FBI conducted a search of the former president's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. That was when we did a video on this earlier, how Merrick Garland had them go through Melania Trump's panty drawers and take pictures. Many pictures. There's over 30 pictures put into evidence. They also had them go into Barron Trump's bedroom. Gross. Why would President Trump hide documents in Barron Trump's bedroom? This is Department of Justice intimidating them, abusing them. This is firing a shot at warning at Trump. Remember, they were on the brink of hoping Trump would act out because they had the permission to use deadly force against him. That's how far election interference goes. Remember, it's Hillary Clinton that said that Trump might take out an opponent. And all we've seen so far on evidence is that the Democrats are the ones that are more likely to do that.
And they are so ticked off at Judge Cannon for making this stuff available, because she wants us to see how dirty, slappy, and corrupt this investigation and case has been since the very beginning.
Court filings unsealed early this week provided additional insight into the information contained in the documents sought by the National Archives and Records Administration. They also shed light on the operations order for the FBI agents who conducted the search of Trump's home in 2022. And those documents said use of deadly force is allowed against a president. Never before done in the history of the United States. This is the first time. They're trying to hide this and pretend like this is just, oh, justice is normal. No, this is pursuit of a former president and the number one leading opponent in the current election. They're going after Trump. They're breaking every rule they've ever had before, breaking all their norms. That's what Democrats do. That's what progressive really means. We're going to break the norms to go after political opponents in a witch hunt to try to influence an election. What do you guys think in the comments below? Does Aileen Cannon give Jack Smith any more time in trial before the election? I'm Doug in Exile.